guys, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building another house with the new pack, and today we're actually mixing it with a lot of the other packs. So I wanted to try out mixing it with Realm of Magic and base game, a little bit of vampires I think too. There's just like a nice mix of different things, but I feel like, and I thought about this in one of my earlier builds, and then someone actually said that on the stream, the paranormal stuff pack stream that they did, the Sims team, they actually said that they made the furniture so that it would go well with the base game stuff. And I didn't watch the stream because I was busy doing other stuff, such as recording and editing and voiceovering and stuff, because we had the embargo right after. But as I was building on one of the other houses that I've released with the pack, so earlier this week or last week, I was actually, or maybe it was the apartment, I don't remember, but one of the other builds, I was actually thinking that the stuff actually goes really well with the base game stuff, except from the fact that textures have developed very nicely over the past couple of years. So the team has gotten a lot better at making textures. For example, if you look at the tables, the wood textures, for example, the desk specifically, the wood textures are a lot better than they used to be when the base game stuff was, like when base game was released back in 2014. So of course, like, it's 6.5 years or something like that. So of course, you know, they'll have improved by now, and I don't know, it's kind of funny though, but I appreciate that it makes the base game stuff a little bit more usable because I tend to kind of avoid it. But today I've used both stuff from that pack, but also, I don't know, some other packs. There's a big mix here, but it was about time that I did a little bit of a mix, I think. So before we get into talking about the build, I do want to tell you guys about something. Right, so some years ago, a friend and myself had planned to go out. We both seemed super excited about it, like just ready to go out, have a good time, seize the day, the whole thing. Except then on the day, right? She wrote me to cancel, and I'm sitting there like, what just happened? And I'm sitting there scrolling through our conversation to figure out, have I said something? Is something else going on? Like, what's happening with the plans here? Could find absolutely nothing. But then instead, I decided to go out with another friend to get a couple of drinks, and guess what? There she was, out with someone else. Like, what? Needless to say, she's not really my friend anymore, you know. So anyways, thank you to Chatmaster for sponsoring today's video. Chatmaster is a funny and intriguing mobile game that you can download for free by clicking on the link in the description, and in the process also help support the channel. And did I mention that it was free? In Chatmaster, you're thrown into different conversations like this one with Director Al, and my objective is to get the role. So I'm gonna say, hi Al. He says, do we know each other? I'm gonna say I want to play in your movie. And who do you want to play? Ooh, can I play the bandit? Can you look scary? More ugly than scary? No. Strangers run away from me. Very good. See ya on set. Okay, awesome. I got it. I won. Let's see if we can win this one. It's from Hacker, and the objective is don't get hacked. So he says, greetings, friend. Do we know each other? I'm the greatest hacker of all time. What do you want? Send me $100 or you'll get hacked. I'm gonna say lol. Nope, you're not getting my money. I will hack you. Oh no. Hack somebody else. No, I choose you. Why? Because that's what hackers do. You are not hacking me, sir. Why shouldn't I hack you? Because I know who you are. Yes. What's my name? Oh no, Peter, guess. Mark, guess. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go with Mark. How do you know? Oh my god, I guessed right. What? Okay, so I'm gonna say because I already hacked you, you know. Hit him with the Uno reverse card, you know? Oh my, you are a great hacker as well. Told you. Please leave me alone. I don't mean to hack you. $100 please and I'll leave you be. Okay, just please leave me alone. I just earned $100. Greatest hacker of all time. So you can download the game now for free by clicking on the link in the description box, and thank you again to Chatmaster for sponsoring today's video. And now, without further ado, let's get on with the build. So this house is built at first on a 30 by 20 in Willow Creek, but then I moved it to a 40 by 30 because I wanted there to be a lot of trees in the yard, in the front yard and the backyard, and being a 30 by 20 and the house is kind of wide as well, I felt like I wouldn't really have the space to put down a lot of trees, so I moved it over there. That does not mean the house gets any bigger though, because no, I just wanted there to be a lot of trees, and I felt like this house was already big enough as it was. Keep in mind that I've been building a lot of tiny houses lately. Like, either tiny houses or just smaller houses, so this feels like a pretty big build to me. I actually wanted it to be a little bit smaller to begin with. Also, by the way, it is inspired by 2 houses that I found from New Orleans. So one is either maybe owned or was owned by Anne Rice. Is she still alive? I don't know. She's an author or was an author, and she did the interview with a vampire, I think. Anyways, kind of funny, like whatever, hauntedness and all that stuff. Actually, vampires have nothing to do with paranormal activity whatsoever, but details. They're whatever. So I just thought it was kind of funny. And then I also took inspiration from another house that I'm pretty sure she has nothing to do with, but it's also in the French Quarter. And I thought that it was beautiful, despite this kind of like style of house is not really for me personally. I was enjoying looking at the houses because they are very detailed, and I appreciate details, as you guys may know. Also, I've been rewatching Vampire Diaries. So that series came out at first, like season 1 came out when I was young. So it's been funny like rewatching it now, and I don't know, I just feel like it's funny. So that was also kind of inspiring me a little bit. I don't know, I was in the mood. I have to be really in the mood to build houses that look like this. This is not a Victorian house, by the way, but it's definitely from, I believe, around the same era. I don't really know much about that era whatsoever because it's not my cup of tea. As you guys know, I keep trashing Victorian houses. I'm so sorry if you love them. We're allowed to have different opinions, and I'll fully respect if those kinds of houses are your favorites. They're just not mine personally, you know? So I was looking at Creole, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, townhouses, which are the ones that you typically find in the city, in the French quarters of New Orleans. And then also I was looking at Greek arrival. I cannot speak today. It's the thing, okay? Let's just deal with it, get it out of the way. I can't speak today. It's fine. It happens. Okay. But I was also looking at Greek arrival houses, and I don't know, I still don't really, it's not really for me. Like, I do believe that they're from the same era because Queen Anne's are also, there's a lot of those in the same area as these houses, and Queen Anne's are Victorian, so yeah. I feel like they're from the same era, but I could be wrong. I'm not an architecture teacher or a professor or anything. I'm just a person behind my screen who knows absolutely nothing about anything. But if I'm wrong, like if any of you know this stuff, if you had lessons about it in school, let me know because I love to learn stuff like this. I don't know what it is. I find it very fascinating, but the reason that I don't know much about Victorian houses in general is because it's just not a style that I'm very into. I feel like I've explained that a couple of times before, but I have to like, if I have to sit down and actually like actively search for information and I'm not in school, like I have to sit down and do it by myself. I have to be very interested in it, you know? But then I also learn everything about that subject. That's just how it works. But this one, Victorian houses, no, not really my cup of tea. I do believe this house is a Greek arrival though, but I could be wrong. So let me know if any of you guys are architecture nerds, let me know in the comments. Maybe you can help out some other people that are severely confused by my ramblings right now. That would be much appreciated. So, but this house is for a family and it does have the haunted residential lot type. Yeah, that's what it's called. So it will have like small ghosts, spirits, and the creepy crawly hands and whatever else there is with that lot type. I just thought it would be fun to do a haunted family home because I haven't done one yet. I've only done like, I did the Psychic's Tiny House, which is for 1 sim. I did the Haunted Cabin in the Woods, which is for 2 sims. And then I've also done the Eclectic Apartment, which is obviously not a haunted apartment because we only have the lot type for houses. So I thought it would be fun to do something a little bit bigger for more sims so that if you guys insist on using my builds in your gameplay, you still have the opportunity to do so, even though you prefer family gameplay over, I don't know, single sim gameplay or whatever. Also, I just want to point out, like, I was having huge issues trying to figure out the color scheme in this house because I wanted to go for this blue because the last build I did was the Eclectic Apartment, and I made it very bright, very white, very neutral. Actually, no, I didn't. I used blue and, okay, I used blue and yellow, but it was very bright still. So I wanted to go for darker colors for this house, but I also didn't feel like it fit with the exterior of the house, and I usually like to make sure that the exterior matches the interior, so like the house doesn't turn out to be super dark on the outside and then it's super bright on the inside. I feel like that's kind of like, there has to be some kind of coherence, you know? So I ended up changing it. I think we're still using the blue walls in some of the rooms because I just like a lot of the different swatches of this wallpaper, but I feel like in general I ended up using the white swatch the most. But I also like white walls a lot when it comes to like houses, especially houses like this where you don't necessarily have like big open windows. It just makes everything look a little bit brighter, basically. We like sunlight in Scandinavia. It's a thing. So I'm obviously influenced by that when it comes to building in The Sims, even though it's not real life. They're just pixels. Everything is fine, but still I am biased. I like light, okay? So anyways, I also forgot to say that this house is for 4 Sims, so there's room for 2 parents and 1 teen and a kid as well. And I kind of feel like the teen is the teen kind of knows what's going on in the house, so I don't think the other family members are aware of the fact that it's haunted, but the teen knows. Obviously that doesn't work in gameplay. This is just like my idea of what's going on here, you know? So like mysterious things are happening around the house, but the other family members aren't fully aware. Maybe the kid is kind of becoming aware, but the teen just knows. So they have a few items in their room that are kind of pointing towards that. They have the palm in there, and they also have a couple of crystals and stuff. You can definitely add more if you want to, but I felt like it was fun to just kind of like have a few things in there because they're not fully into it just yet, but I definitely feel like they might have some kind of ability or something there. So yeah, that was just my idea, but let me know what you think. So yeah, that is basically it. So the whole, like, I know the floor plan in this house is kind of weird, but I also have an idea of Victorian era houses having weird floor plans. I don't really know why, because I've never seen one. They probably don't, it's just my head, it's whatever, okay? So the floor plan turned out super weird. Also because, and I felt like I was kind of like, okay, but it's fine, because it's a Victorian era house, so like, it's gotta be weird anyways. But I also forgot, like, I'm building this with medium wall height, which I'm not used to because I build a lot of houses with short wall heights, and the staircase takes up an extra tile when you raise the wall height, so suddenly you have to, like, it was kind of like going through half of the house when I didn't turn it into an L-shaped staircase. It was kind of like dividing up half the house, so if I put it down like that, you couldn't get to the right side of the house unless you went through the whole house anyways. I don't know how to explain that, but it was weird. It was kind of hard to deal with. I need to make sure that I build more houses with different wall heights just so that I don't get used to them always being short and the staircase being 4 tiles. It's 5 now, I think, something like that. And also, of course, you also need that 1 extra tile to actually like step onto the staircase. So yeah, that was the thing. So that's why the floor plan is a little bit strange, but it works. It's fine. Everything works. And also, just to mention it again, I'm not even sure if this kind of house is considered Victorian. It's called Victorian. I'm not even sure if it's from the same era, but I'm just assuming that it is, okay? I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything I say ever, so just so you know. I'm not a perfect human, and I make mistakes, and also, I'm not a genius either. I wish I was, but I'm not. So anyways, I put this, what's it called? Like an office here by the front door. I just felt like that was the perfect place to put it. Usually when I do that, when I put them by the front door, it's actually because one of the parents work from home. So they're either like a business person who does a lot of stuff from home, or they work as some other kind of, like maybe they work as a journalist or something. But I just, usually it's for business people actually, so they can have, I know that doesn't work like that in The Sims, but I feel like in real life, if you work from home, you're a business person, maybe you have a few meetings at home as well, so you have like extra seats for your coworkers or clients or whatever that are coming into your office. So I like to put the offices by the front door so that the clients and coworkers don't have to walk through the whole house to get to the office. Obviously this office is not meant for that because we only have the desk, a couple of bookcases in there, and also an extra chair that you can sit on when you're reading. But still, maybe one of the parents is just very paranoid about the teens staying out a little bit too long, so they put the office there and they can kind of spy on them, even though there is actually a back door. So like if the teen is smart, they'll go through the back door and just pretend they were home the whole time, you know? Not to give you guys any ideas, I've actually never done that, but my parents also never really cared when I came home. I don't know if that's bad, but I just feel like I'm the third child in my family, so at that point I just feel like they didn't care anymore. Also, I don't know, it's not, like, I didn't live in an unsafe area or anything like that. It was pretty safe, if I may say so. Nothing ever happened. So I don't know, I feel like they just, not that they didn't care, they just like figured nothing would happen. She's a responsible young lady, she'll be fine, that sort of thing. So this is the parents' bedroom. I decided to go for the Realm of Magic. What's it called? I was called couch, that's what it's called. Bed, it's a very short word, how could you forget it? Whatever. So it's actually really pretty, and I felt like the color of the roses on the bed, the flowers, I'm assuming they're roses, but the colors went really well with the wallpaper. I don't know, there's something pleasing about that muted blue with the muted red, pink kind of color on the roses and also the yellow. It's just a nice little combination. So I matched it with the chair in there as well, I think. Just a little detail in case you didn't notice, but I thought it would kind of make it a little bit more coherent. I don't know, I just saw the swatch and was like, this is pleasing to my eyeballs. I'm gonna stick to it. So that's what I mean, like I've generally throughout this house been using a lot of, obviously I've been using paranormal stuff pack, but I've been mixing it with a lot of the stuff from Realm of Magic. For example, the kitchen. I think those were the Realm of Magic counters that I ended up using, but I could be, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were because I used the base game cabinets. I'm not sure they made those match on purpose, but one of the swatches, the warmer brown, actually does match. So whenever I use those counters in that swatch, I always go for the base game counters in that color as well. So also this is the teen's bedroom. So one thing to notice as well is that I don't know, I thought this through way too much, but it doesn't really matter. But I placed their bedroom in this kind of like, is that an octagon or what's it called? Hexagon? Whatever. I don't remember the words right now. It's completely fine. It's okay. I'm not a mathematician whatsoever. Like I said, I'm not a genius. It's okay. But I placed it where this, like, they have a lot of windows basically. Their room has an odd shape as well, and I thought that would be kind of cool considering they're the ones that are supposed to be a little bit more in tune with what's going on in the house. So it kind of made sense to me that their room would be a little bit different from the other ones as well. Am I making sense? Because I was at first considering turning this into more of like a lounge area sort of situation, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna turn this into where the teen lives. And I thought about this way too much because I was actually having a lot of fun building this house. I hope that comes through. If it doesn't, that's too bad for me, but anyways. So I feel like this teen definitely loves to research, but I feel like they're also very creative as well. And yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, can sense that, but I kind of feel like I did my best to show you guys that. So anyways. Oh yeah, I also made sure that they had a cat in the house because in none of the other houses that I've done with this pack, I don't think I've made sure that they could have pets in any of them. So for this one, I was like, okay, this is a bigger house. I'm gonna make sure that they have room for a pet in this one. Otherwise, you're just wasting all that space for 4 Sims. That makes no sense. So I made sure that it can have a cat. Of course, you can also place down some other stuff. So you can have a dog here too. You could easily fit in more stuff like more food bowls or whatever. I actually always place down 2 food bowls because I know that you only need 1 technically in The Sims for the pet to have like food and stuff. But in real life, pets usually have 2, 1 for food, 1 for water, so to me it just makes more sense to place down 2, but now there's 2, and technically the cat only needs 1, so you could have another cat maybe, or a dog, or whatever. Just like place down like a toy box for the dog if that's what you want to add, and if not, then just add 2 cats to the household, I suppose. I was actually told once that veterinarians suggest that you should have 2 litter boxes for cats. I think someone said that on my crazy cat lady micro house just recently. I read all comments, by the way, just so you guys know. Even the ones that are on houses from 1 year ago, they always pop up on my mobile phone. So my cell phone. I sound so old right now. It's fine. On my iPhone, which is super modern, okay. Now I just sound like a snob. You guys get my point. Okay, I always get like pop-ups. I don't know why. Sometimes the YouTube Creator Studio turns them off. Sometimes they'll turn them all on. I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of weird. But someone said that the vets actually suggest or recommend that you have 1 litter box per cat. However, there is only 1 in this house, just so you know. Also, that person might have been wrong about that. I don't know anything about cats, so like, if that's wrong, let me know. I would love to know. Not that I'm ever planning on getting a cat, but you know, the more I know, the better. So like, if they're wrong, let me know. But there is only 1 litter box in this house, and it's in the laundry room because I felt like that was the best place to put it. Just because the laundry room is super small and the cat would have privacy. Am I losing my voice? We're almost done with the voiceover. Come on. But yeah, it's in there. I don't know if I included that footage in the video, actually, of me placing down some laundry machines, but there is a door to the laundry room through the kitchen, because I felt like that made more sense. I know it doesn't to certain people, or to some people. Certain people sounded so weird. To some people, because for example, here in Denmark, we've had this talk so many times, but here in Denmark, it's very common to either have them in this like, it's almost like a kitchen kind of room that you have, or you have them in the bathroom in newer apartments or just the basements as well. And in other countries, it's normal to have them in like separate rooms. In other countries, it's normal to have them in the kitchen. So it kind of like, it's a little, depends on the location, but for this house specifically, I decided to put it in a separate room that is entered through the kitchen. So to me, that made sense. To others, it might not, I don't know. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that there is laundry machines in this house, because I'm not sure that I included that footage or not. So we are working on the exterior again. I actually at first wanted this house to be, was it green? Yeah, was green. The yellow of this kind of wallpaper is like way too vibrant for this house. I love the yellow wallpaper of this like base game siding, but I feel like that wallpaper, because it's so vibrant, it works better for smaller homes. And obviously this one is not a smaller home. Like when I say smaller home, I mean actually like small homes in The Sims, if you follow the tile account with tiny living or just tiny houses. I feel like that color is perfect for those kind of homes because they're small, but when you have a bigger surface, it's a little bit too much. So I decided to go for the purple one though. I don't think I have used that color. Maybe I've used it maybe once before, so I wanted to go for that one. I changed the shutters to a dark blue because I felt like that was definitely a lot better than the green one that I first went with. Green and purple are not, it's not my favorite color combination. I'm just gonna put that out there. My editing program literally just crashed. I know this is super random because we're just in the middle of talking about something, but my editing program crashed and I thought that I would have to redo the whole thing. We're 24 minutes into the voiceover out of 30, and that would have hit me hard. I'm just gonna say that. So Premiere Pro does apparently not approve of me not liking purple and green together, but you know, I'm sticking by my opinion. I said it. It is what it is. So, but I also thought that it would be better than the yellow shutters as well, because like purple and yellow are not my favorite color combination either. I feel like purple is very hard to work with. Is that just me? Like, it doesn't really go with a lot of colors. Like blue and yellow, fine. Blue and green, kind of fine. Blue and orange, fine. But purple, what does purple go with? I don't know. Let me know. I was actually playing around with the pink shutters as well because those ones were super cute. But then it suddenly looked like a dollhouse and I didn't want it to look like a dollhouse. It has to look slightly ominous because, you know, it's haunted. Although I do want to say, because with the haunted cabin in the woods, it was supposed to be cozy. Don't get me wrong, like it was supposed to be cozy. And not all haunted areas or haunted locations are run down and broken and whatever. Not that I don't believe in hauntiness in real life, whatever. I don't believe in it in real life, but if it did exist, if it does exist, like I'm not gonna write it off as in it doesn't exist. I just don't know. There are certain things that I don't know. I'm standing by that. So if it does exist, like, not every haunted location is going to look run down and broken and falling apart and everything, you know? A house like this could also be haunted and you just wouldn't know. Unless you were one of the people living in the house and you were dealing with very weird stuff, you know? So not every haunted location is run down and everything. I'm just saying. The haunted cabin in the woods had the haunted lot type, so by Sims definition, it was haunted. And the same counts for this house, even though it doesn't look run down. It looks quite expensive. Like, if I saw this kind of house in real life, I would be like, the people living in that house are millionaires. Is that just me? Are these houses not really expensive in real life? I honestly have no idea. I just feel like these types of houses look super expensive. So for the landscaping, like I said earlier, I wanted to make sure that there were lots of trees around the house because this is actually because the houses that I saw, the two that I took inspiration from were in the city. And if you live in a house in the city, you might not get, like, we're talking about in the city, not in the suburbs, but like in the city. You might not get a lot of privacy. If you've ever seen townhouses in like New York or something. I've walked on a couple of streets in Brooklyn with townhouses, and you could like literally just look, like a lot of people walk there and you can literally just look into the houses, you know? There's not a lot of privacy there. So I figured if I added a lot of trees, maybe it would help a little bit. I know that that does actually block the view from the house itself, but I still feel like it would add more privacy, which it does. They can still see their backyard, they can still see the path next to the house, they can't look into the neighbor's house, basically. But it also means that, and this is something that I never do normally, I don't block the front of the house with trees because it ruins the thumbnail picture, to be frank. That's stuff that I have to think about because I do this for a living. So I can't block the front of the house in the thumbnail picture. But for this one, I decided to do it anyways because I just felt like it fit with the vibe of the house. So yeah, that was the thing. But there's a lot of trees around and I feel like it looks a lot more natural, a lot more realistic, if you will, and makes the house look a little bit cozier, but also at the same time a little bit more ominous. Like, it's just private, like, stay off of our property, you know, that sort of vibe. And then to add a lot of cuteness, because I love the purple color of the house, I decided to add a lot of flowers and bushes, like surrounding the whole house, and like a pathway leading to the backyard next to those flowers, basically. So I felt like it turned out fairly well. I don't know, let me know what you think. It's not my usual kind of landscaping with this many trees blocking the view, but I like to meticulously place down trees when it comes to landscaping. Today it was a little bit more random and just a lot of them, but I like how it looks, so I hope you guys like it too. And then besides the trees, the massive amount of trees, they have a swimming pool, which is, I don't know, it's kind of like oddly shaped, but it's a swimming pool. It's there. And they also have a dining area outside. I did place down a barbecue, but they don't have an outdoors kitchen, not for this house, but they can cook on the barbecue if they want burgers or hot dogs or whatever grilled food they would be in the mood for. Also, that tree right there is from the debug catalog. I think it's from Outdoor Retreat. It looks so cute at night. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And then I pulled it out and I was like, okay, this could either turn out super scary or super cute. I don't know, depends on how you look at the tree, but those lamps are, yes, I love them. I just love lights in the dark. Whatever, I love it, so I went with it and I think it looks good. I hope you guys like the landscaping. I hope you guys like the house. Sorry if I sound a little bit stuffed today or if my voice sounds a little bit hoarse or something. I don't know what's going on. It's just, I've been coughing. I'm not sick, by the way. It's just a little bit of a cough and that is about it. So, I don't know if you can tell or not, but if you can, I am sorry about that. But anyways, if you guys like the house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And thank you again to Chatmaster for sponsoring today's video. There's a link to the game in the top of the description box, so definitely go check it out. And yeah, that is about it from me today, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
You look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high, ain't nobody like with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue.